Even though it's Sunday, I start the day early with some spiritual study. Here I'm studying the Imitation of Christ. Then I take my vitals and they're not great, so I have a workout. That starts my day right, and a really healthy breakfast. Then I tackle some of my projects for school that are running late. In particular, my sculpture, I'm ripping off her lips, reforming her head, because she was looking not like a human head, but rather like I'll just say it looks like a blob. This is the before. All right, so I'm sculpting a head, and I got down to the facial features and realized that the shape of my head is wrong. I want you to tell me what you think. So here is where I'm at. I think it looks better than it did. Her nose isn't formed yet. It's a girl. I'm going to give her some hair, but I think she's looking... Other side's not quite done with the formation, but I do think she's looking better. She's certainly looking better than when she was just a blob. On Tuesday, I had my sculpture class, and we were doing cardboard sculpture. In the background, you can see my model, which is that ceramic snail. And here I'm just making the slug part of the snail that goes underneath the shell. And you can see the hole because there's going to be a cavity so you can see into the shell once it's completed. My sculpture class, and I have injured myself with my little penknife. That evening, I headed to the movies. Here in Ontario, we have cheap movies on Tuesdays. So I went to see Death of a Unicorn.
Are you okay?
And my review. Alright, I just went to see Death of a Unicorn, and it has Paul Rudd and Téa Leoni in it. And it is a magical tale that brings mythical creatures to life. And it's actually a horror movie, and I do recommend it. And you can watch it now on all kinds of different streaming services. I believe you have to pay a nominal fee for it, however. I really love Téa Leoni, and I love unicorns, so I loved it. Then I headed home, and I did some cleanup after my class. Sometimes you gotta just leave the mess and go out and refresh yourself, which is what I did. Cardboard sculpture is surprisingly messy. All those tiny little pieces of paper and cardboard. I had to bring out the big gun, the shop vac. And now for the finishing touches. According to my art teachers, keeping a clean space for creating art in is integral to doing art. Wednesday we had a snowstorm and I didn't have any classes, so I worked on my sculpture again. My sculpture is called Jane Doe, and I wanted to raise awareness about femicide. Femicide is called the silent pandemic because so many women are being murdered. Silent because it often goes unnoticed and unreported. If you want to learn more about femicide, I'm going to include some statistics at the end of this video. I think it's surprising and sad that not very many people know about femicide or how prevalent it is. I had class again on Thursday, and here I am preparing for class. Then I had some errands to run. I couldn't help but watch these little sparrows having a dust bath. And it was very windy that day. I think part of the reason I left these clips in of the wind blowing my hair around is because it's a year later that I'm creating this video, and since then I have lost a lot of my hair. So this is homage to my hair. It's very windy. Friday, I made breakfast tacos for myself. All right, here's the finished product. The rest of this video is just me working on my sculpture, which, as I said before, I called her Jane Doe, and I made her to raise awareness about femicide. So I'm going to share some statistics with you now. Did you know that in Canada alone in 2025, 147 women died by femicide? 60% of female homicides are committed by intimate partners and family members. Globally, the numbers are even more shocking. 137 women die per day globally by femicide. And Africa has the highest rates of femicide, but that's followed closely by North and South America, who have the second highest rate. UN Women states on their website that statistics consistently show that home is the most dangerous place for women regarding fatal violence. That's something that really needs to change. And I think it's up to all of us. We all have the power to change our world. And we can do that if we try. This is my favorite part. I give her some hair. And now for a moment of silence for all those women who lost their lives to femicide. The last thing I did this week was order cupcakes for my daughter's birthday, which is next week. Stay tuned for that next time. Thank you for watching.